Your mind is constantly creating your reality. Most people walk through life believing things simply happen to them: bad luck, bad timing, bad people. But here is the shocking truth: your mind is not a passive observer of your life, it is the architect of it. Every single thought you repeat becomes the instructions sent to your body, your choices, and even the people you attract. If you constantly think, "Nothing good ever happens to me," your brain will filter out every opportunity that contradicts that belief and highlight every disappointment that confirms it. This is not magic. It is neuroscience and psychology working exactly as they were designed to. The problem is that most people never question the thoughts running on repeat in their heads. They assume their thoughts are facts, when in truth, thoughts are just habits. And like any habit, they can be broken and replaced. Imagine spending 20, 30, 40 years narrating your own life with fear, doubt, and self-criticism, and then wondering why life feels so heavy. The moment you realize you have been the author of your own suffering, you also realize something incredibly liberating. You can become the author of your own healing too. This single shift, learning to observe your thoughts instead of blindly obeying them, is the starting point of every transformation. It is uncomfortable to accept responsibility for your inner world, but it is also the first taste of real freedom, because if your mind created this reality, your mind can create a new one. The words you speak about yourself shape your body. Here is something that should shock every single person listening. The way you talk to yourself is not just emotional, it is physical. Every harsh word you say internally: "I'm so stupid. I always mess things up. I hate my body," travels through your nervous system and affects real measurable functions like digestion, immunity, sleep, and hormone balance. Chronic self-criticism keeps the body in a constant state of low-grade stress, and stress held in the body for years does not disappear quietly. It often resurfaces as illness, fatigue, or pain that doctors struggle to explain. Think about that for a moment. The silent conversations you have with yourself in the shower, in traffic, before you sleep, they are not harmless. They are instructions your body is listening to every single day. Now flip that thought around. If negative self-talk can create tension and disease, then gentle, encouraging self-talk can genuinely support healing. This does not mean ignoring real problems or pretending everything is fine. It means choosing words that build you up instead of words that tear you down, especially in the moments when you are most vulnerable. Most people are far kinder to strangers than they are to themselves, and that imbalance is quietly costing them their health. The body keeps score of every word, so today, start asking yourself, would I ever speak to someone I love the way I speak to myself? Self-love is not selfish. It is survival. Many people were raised to believe that loving yourself is arrogant, vain, or even sinful. But this belief has quietly destroyed more lives than almost any other. When you do not love yourself, you accept relationships that hurt you, jobs that drain you, and standards that break you down. Because deep inside, a part of you believes you do not deserve better. This is the shocking part. Most suffering in adulthood is not caused by what other people do to us, but by what we allow because we never learned to value ourselves first. Self-love is not about mirrors and affirmations for show. It is the quiet decision to stop abandoning yourself for the approval of others. It means setting boundaries even when someone is disappointed. It means resting without guilt. It means forgiving your past mistakes instead of replaying them forever. Without self-love, even success feels empty because no external achievement can fill an internal void. People chase money, relationships, and validation, hoping it will finally make them feel worthy. But worthiness was never meant to be earned. It was meant to be claimed. The moment you begin to genuinely love and accept yourself, something remarkable happens. You stop tolerating what hurts you, and you start attracting what nourishes you. Self-love is not a luxury for the confident. It is the foundation every stable, healthy, joyful life is built upon, and without it, everything else eventually crumbles. Holding on to anger poisons you, not the other person. Here is a truth that will disturb many people. Holding on to resentment does almost nothing to the person who hurt you. They are often living their life, completely unaware of the storm they left behind. Meanwhile, you carry that anger in your chest, your shoulders, your stomach, every single day. Unforgiveness feels like justice, but biologically, it behaves like poison you keep drinking, expecting someone else to suffer. Studies on chronic anger link it to high blood pressure, weakened immunity, and constant fatigue. The body pays the price for a debt the mind refuses to close. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as saying, "What happened was okay." It is not that at all. Forgiveness is releasing yourself from the invisible chains that tie your present happiness to a past event you cannot change. You can forgive someone and never speak to them again. You can forgive someone and still protect yourself from them completely. Forgiveness is not for them, it is entirely for you. Many people wait for an apology that will never come, holding their peace hostage to someone else's willingness to say sorry. That is giving away your power completely. The moment you decide to let go, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace, you take your life back. Freedom does not come from revenge or from being right. It comes from finally putting the weight down. The mirror never lies. Face yourself every day. This may sound strange, even uncomfortable, but one of the most powerful tools for transformation is something you already own, your mirror. Most people avoid truly looking into their own eyes. They glance, adjust their hair, check their teeth, and move on. But looking directly into your own eyes and speaking kindly to yourself is shockingly difficult for most adults. Many cannot do it without feeling embarrassment, sadness, or even tears. That reaction alone reveals how disconnected people have become from themselves. The mirror does not lie. It reflects exactly how much love, judgment, or neglect you carry toward yourself. When you begin the simple practice of looking into your own eyes daily and saying something true and kind, "I am doing my best. I am worthy of good things. I forgive myself," something inside quietly begins to shift. It feels foolish at first, even fake, because most people have never received consistent encouragement, especially not from themselves. But repetition builds belief, the same way repeated criticism once built self-doubt. This single daily habit, just a few seconds long, retrains the relationship you have with yourself faster than almost any other exercise. It forces honesty. It removes the mask people wear for the world all day. Try it tonight before you sleep. Look yourself in the eyes and say one true, kind thing. You may be shocked by how hard it is, and even more shocked by how much you needed to hear it. You already have the power to change everything. The final and most important truth is this: you are not waiting for permission, luck, or the perfect circumstances to change your life. The power was never outside of you. It was always sitting quietly within you, waiting to be used. This is both the most empowering and the most confronting realization a person can have because it removes every excuse. It is no longer about what happened to you, but about what you choose to do with it starting today. Change does not require a dramatic event. It requires a decision, repeated daily, to think differently, speak differently, and treat yourself differently. Small, consistent shifts compound into a completely new life over months and years. The person who changes their self-talk, releases old resentment, practices self-love, and shows up for themselves daily in the mirror is not the same person who ignores all of it. The difference between a painful life and a peaceful one is often not circumstance. It is consistent, quiet, internal work that nobody else sees. You do not need anyone's approval to begin. You do not need to wait until you feel ready, because readiness comes from action, not the other way around. The moment you accept that the power has always been yours, you stop waiting for rescue and you start building the life you actually deserve, starting with the very next thought you choose to think. What if everything you believe about your pain, your struggles, and your limitations is actually a story you were never meant to keep telling? What if the very life you are living right now is not something happening to you, but something being created, moment by moment, by the thoughts running quietly through your own mind? Stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I am about to share may completely change the way you see yourself. Every single day, your mind is working like a silent architect, building your reality one thought at a time. If you constantly believe nothing good happens to you, your mind will make sure you never see the good that already surrounds you. Most people never question their thoughts. They assume their thoughts are facts, when really, they are just habits. And habits, no matter how old, can be broken, but it goes even deeper than the mind. The words you whisper to yourself do not stay in your head, they travel into your body. Every "I'm not good enough," every "I always mess up," is not just emotional noise, it is a signal your nervous system responds to. Years of harsh self-talk quietly show up as tension, fatigue, and illness the doctors cannot always explain. Your body has been listening to every word you say about yourself your entire life. So ask yourself honestly, would you ever speak to someone you love the way you speak to yourself? This is exactly why self-love is not vanity, it is survival. When you do not value yourself, you accept relationships that hurt you, situations that drain you, and standards far below what you deserve, because somewhere inside you believe you are not worthy of more. Self-love is not about mirrors and affirmations for show. It is the quiet decision to stop abandoning yourself just to keep others comfortable. It is choosing rest without guilt and forgiveness over endless self-punishment. And speaking of forgiveness, here is something that might disturb you. Holding on to anger does almost nothing to the person who hurt you. They have often moved on completely while you carry that heaviness in your chest every single day. Unforgiveness feels like justice, but it behaves like poison you keep drinking, hoping someone else feels the pain. Forgiveness is not saying what happened was okay. It is releasing yourself from a past you cannot change, so your future is finally free. Now here is something so simple, most people never try it. Look directly into your own eyes in the mirror and say something true and kind to yourself. It feels strange, even uncomfortable, because so many of us have never received consistent kindness, especially not from ourselves. But that single, small habit begins to rebuild the relationship you have with yourself faster than almost anything else you could do. And through all of this, one truth stands above the rest. You already have the power to change everything. Not tomorrow, not when circumstances improve, not when someone gives you permission. Right now. The power was never outside of you. It was always sitting quietly within, waiting for you to finally use it. So what if the life you have been dreaming of is not somewhere far away, waiting for the perfect moment, but is instead built quietly, thought by thought, word by word, forgiveness by forgiveness, starting today? Your mind creates your reality. Your words shape your body. Self-love builds your foundation. Forgiveness sets you free. Your own reflection can heal you, and the power to change it all has been yours from the very beginning. The only thing left to do is choose it. I wish you all the strength, peace, and courage to begin this journey today. Good luck on the beautiful transformation waiting for you. Thank you so much for listening with your whole heart. What if I told you that your entire life, every relationship, every struggle, every moment of pain was quietly shaped by one thing you have complete control over: your own thoughts? What if the exhaustion, the sickness, the heaviness you carry isn't just bad luck, but the result of years of harsh words you whispered to yourself without even noticing? Your body has been listening to every single thing you've said about yourself. Your mind has been building the exact life you keep believing in. And the anger you're still holding on to, it isn't hurting them anymore. It's only hurting you. But here's the good news. If your thoughts built this reality, your thoughts can rebuild a new one. Tonight, look into your own eyes in the mirror and say one true, kind thing. That one small act can start the biggest transformation of your life. The power was never outside of you. It has always been yours. So what if today is the day you finally choose it? Good luck on this journey, and thank you for being here.